Nebraska is the largest beef exporting state in the country. Every year we export about $1.1 billion. And being able to have the opportunity to be able to serve the Chinese market is a big deal for us. And we think that folks in China will find that U.S. beef, especially beef from Nebraska, is the best in the world. And it was one of the things the president promised to do on the campaign trail, was to be able to talk to China about opening up that market. He met with President Xi Jinping in April, and in June we got the market open. So we're ecstatic about the opportunity to be able to serve the Chinese market.
You visited China in 2015, and again in 2016 you led a delegation. You met with Donald Trump, candidate in 2016, in both cases lobbying for Nebraska beef. What did you say to both sides?
Well, in the case of then candidate Trump, I was just describing to him, the opportunities that we had here in Nebraska with regard to the Chinese marketplace and some of the barriers that we had encountered, and asked for his help in being able to open that market up, and just in general as well, helping with trade opportunities. And then with regard to Chinese officials, just again, encouraging them to open up the marketplace, to give us an opportunity to be able to serve the Chinese marketplace with our high quality products, because I think it's a benefit to Chinese consumers, and certainly we want to, again, find as many opportunities as we can to sell our beef.
The U.S. was locked out of the Chinese beef market for 14 years. During that time, Chinese beef imports grew some 40 times to about a $2.5 billion market.
Yeah.
You weren't governor that entire time. You weren't governor most of that time. What was it like as a Nebraskan being on the outside of that market?
Well, obviously that was a huge missed opportunity, and that's why it's so important now that the two countries have worked it out so that we can have access to the marketplace to be able to sell our beef products in there, because as we see, the Chinese market is getting bigger, right? And as you see a burgeoning middle class there, they are looking for those quality products like beef, and we've got the best in the world, and so we want to help meet that demand.
There are some in the Trump administration who have a beef with China, if you'll pardon the pun. Are you worried about it adversely affecting everything that you've fought so hard to gain?
Well, what we want to do is support the Trump administration as they're pursuing their trade policies. We just want to be able to compete with everybody else in the world when it comes to, say, for example, our beef. What we want to also make sure is that everybody knows how important these marketplaces are. China is the largest trading partner we have outside of North America. And so whatever disagreements we have or things that we need to work out, we don't want it to disrupt that overall trade relationship, which has been very beneficial to both countries.